Get in that kitchen and just get your hands in some flour and go for it. Okay guys, we're gonna make 3 ingredient biscuits. We need 2 cups of self-rising flour, and you can use any kind of self-rising flour you want. And you will need a little extra to kind of dust your, to kind of dust your biscuits a little bit. I'm going to grate a stick of butter. And you want it to be very cold. And it's kind of going everywhere, but that's okay. You know, I've always said, if you can make a pound cake and if you can make a biscuit, you are a real cook. You're a baker. You got it going on. Oh, I need to make a pound cake. Okay, there we go. Yes. Okay, there we go. 2 cups of self-rising flour and a stick of very cold frozen butter. Now, we're going to put in, make sure we shake it up, a cup of buttermilk. Okay, now it's time for, let me take off my ring. Okay, we got our butter in here and it's good and cold. We're going to start adding our milk. Not even going to use a bowl. And I do have a vest on, so at least I can wipe it off. But my husband and I love biscuits with beef, like country style steak and gravy or pot roast. So I'm making homemade biscuits. And I'm just doing it a little bit at the time. Biscuits are so easy and so good. I love to put jelly on my biscuits. And the good thing is they can set out a couple days, and we're expecting that big old snowstorm. So I got some good old biscuits. And these are 3 ingredient. 3 ingredient. I'm gonna make a little well. Got butter, cold buttermilk. You can even keep your self-rising flour in the freezer if you'd like. Okay, I'll make me a little well and put some more butter and finish off that cup of buttermilk. And you can use a bowl if you'd like, but I just don't see the point. And this is a little wet, and I kind of shortchanged my flour just a little bit today. And that's why we have just a little bit reserved, just in case we shortchange ourselves. The good thing about a biscuit is the next day you can take it, you can fry it up in a pan with a little bit of butter and put you some ham and cheese on it. Oh my goodness, it's just outrageously good. I think outrageous has become a new word. All right. Okay, I think we got it. We don't want to overbeat it. Okay, and so sometimes I just take a little dough scraper and just scrape my dough. Clean up my board a little bit. My grandmother always made hers on the table, my step-grandmother. And I know in some of the videos I've called her my step-grandmother. Well, the reason that I call her my step-grandmother is because that's the way her family and she wanted it. So I am a self-taught biscuit maker. We're going to get to rolling out these biscuits. And you can see that butter inside. And you should be able to turn it over. And a lot of people tell me I work my biscuits too much, but I'm not. I'm not working them too much. I've never had my biscuits where they didn't turn out perfect since I learned how to make them. You just learn your dough. That's the secret. You learn your dough. And if you want a thick biscuit or a thin biscuit, all right, I've got me a sheet pan with some parchment paper. I've actually got 2 sheet pans, and the reason that I use 2 sheet pans is because I do not want the bottom of my biscuits too dark. I like a light colored biscuit, and so I don't want them to get too dark. And if you use 2 sheet pans, they're perfect. Okay, I'm debating if I want to use a bigger one or a little one. I think I'll use a little one. Okay. And I'm not supposed to twist. Okay, I didn't twist. Sometimes I twist, sometimes I don't. Some of you told me that if you twist, that the edges are crispier or not as crisp. Now, how was it? Somebody write in the comments why I'm not supposed to twist. I'm old and I forget. 61, I don't know, but I do know they're supposed to touch. I do know that they're supposed to touch. Okay. But biscuits is such a simple bread idea for your meal, and you can, leftovers are wonderful. Leftovers are just as good. But there's nothing, honestly, like a hot biscuit with jelly on it. Ooh, I might have enough for 2 snake biscuits. We'll see. Kind of push them together a little bit more. Okay, we're going to make a long snake biscuit. These are our biscuits. We're going to put them in a 450-degree oven. We leave those biscuits in there for about 15 to 18 minutes. Okay, now I just have to clean my cutting board. I just take my scraper and I just clean it up. Well, I did get it on me a little bit, guys, but it'll wipe right off. Okay, guys. It wiped right off. Good as new. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. See how light the bottom of these biscuits are? They're perfect. They're not, they are very tender biscuits. They are not tough biscuits at all. They're very tender. Look at that. Just fell out. They're delicious. I love the way the buttermilk gives it a twang. Oh, it's so good. I love biscuit. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put a little bit of melted butter right on these biscuits. You don't have to. I always have to eat one when it comes right out of the oven, hot, where it burns your mouth. So we are just gonna douse them in a little bit of butter, brush them in a little bit of butter. Wow, amazing. I just want to say thank you guys for watching, for commenting, for encouraging me. You guys are lovely, you are kind, you are special. And I know that I have the best audience on YouTube. Set you a cozy place up, eat a biscuit, get you a cup of coffee, a cup of hot tea, make your home a place of luxury for you. I'm not talking about dripping in pearls and diamonds and lace. I'm talking about just a special place for yourself. You guys have given me so much joy and a desire to get up and do. You are the kindest, sweetest people on YouTube. You guys go. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.